Hello students, in this first video lesson we're going to be looking at a series of 3D models that we will be creating in Autodesk Inventor 2020. So you'll be making these exercise 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. There's actually a lot, and you're going to be learning how to create technical drawings for each of the parts. Okay, so make sure that you open up Autodesk Inventor 2020 on your computer. Once you have that open, we're going to click on Start a New Part. And all of these 3D models that you'll be creating for this video lesson series will be in SI units, millimeters, and you'll see that for each of the examples. So let's start with exercise number 1. We're going to make the 3D model, and then we're going to make the technical drawing for it inside of Inventor. The first thing you need to do once you have your new part started is to go to the Tools menu and change the document settings. The document settings window should open, and you're going to see these tabs. We're going to open the Units tab and change length to millimeter, and then click Apply and Close. The next step is to click on 3D Model and then click on Start a 2D Sketch. Then we'll click on the XY plane. And we will, so the first exercise is this circular object. So click on Circle, draw a circle, and you're going to notice that there's this dashed line going through the middle. Okay, that's your diameter line. If you right click while you have your circle open, you can change it to radius, and you'll see it's just half of the line. For pretty much every circle that we make, we will use diameter. But that changes depending on the technical drawing that we're given. So go ahead and click on the circle, and the diameter, we see it right here, it says 80. So remember that symbol means diameter. So I'm going to click on dimension, then click on the circle, and then type 80 and press enter. My circle is now larger than my workspace, so I'm going to click on the front button of the view cube to zoom out. I'm going to finish that sketch. And then again, click on the little home button to get that to come back into view. And we're going to start adding the thickness, which in this section AA shows us that the thickness is 5. So I'm going to click Extrude. Your Extrude Properties menu should pop up. Change the distance to 5. Click OK. For some reason, my part turned black. If you want to change the color of your parts, that's totally fine. You would go to View, Adjust, and then pick the color on the color wheel that you want, or inside of this little square, and then highlight the whole part, and then select the color that you want to use. I would get into the habit of doing this early. And so I'm going to leave that color. Doesn't matter what color you pick. Now, we need to cut out these holes. So on the surface, right-click, New Sketch, and then you're going to click on Circle, and the middle circle is 28 in diameter. So when you draw a circle, you can just put the dimension inside of the dimension box right away, or if you like doing it the other way, draw the circle and then dimension it afterwards. Okay, it won't let you once it's already dimensioned. Okay, so here's a new skill. We're going to use a line. So draw a line, and then click on this button here. This is tangent. So we're going to click the tangent button, click on the line, and then click on the circle, and the line should pop right on top of the circle. Repeat the process. So draw a horizontal line, make sure it's horizontal, and it locks into a horizontal position. And then again, click on tangent, click on your circle, and the line should be extended past the circle on the left because we need to trim. I'm going to trim that. And then click on project geometry, and then click on the surface, so that way we have a line to trim here, and then we'll trim this line as well. If it all worked out perfectly, you'll be able to extrude cut this section. So click Finish Sketch, click Extrude, click the Cut button, click on the surface you want to cut, and make sure it's through all. So it should have worked like that. If it didn't work like that, get my help. Click OK. All right, so that's this section right here. Now we need to place these holes. So again, right click on the surface, new sketch. And let's go ahead and click on point. Line up your, you know what? I don't actually really like this color. It's hard to see. So I'm going to finish the sketch. That sketch 3 was created in the browser, but there's no sketch on there, so I'm going to right click, delete it. I'll go back to tools. Let's see if clear works. Nope. Adjust. No, I don't like that either. Maybe just white. Oh, undo. Adjust. Highlight. I want it to be white. Click OK. That's easier on my eyes. Okay, back to right click, new sketch. Click on point. Click on this. There's a center mark right here, so you want to line that up. Click on point here, and point here. You want to make sure those are lined up. Let's look at the drawing. So between point A, I'm sorry, not A, that's section 8A. It's between the point of this circle and the center point of the middle circle is 28. So click dimension, click on the point, click on the center point, and click to enter your 28. And it's the same for the other points. So the 28 away from the center. 28 millimeters away from the center. Finish the sketch. And it says 3 holes with diameter 10 drilled through. So we click on the hole function. Make sure the diameter here says, see how it says inches? We want to say 10 mm. You got to make sure it does that. And we want it to be simple hole. Click OK. And now your part is done, but we need to create the technical drawing. So your first step is to save. So click the save button. And this is exercise. So type EX-1 and then underscore your name. Okay, save that. Now we go to the new button right here. Leave this open. Click on the new button and click on drawing. Autodesk Inventor will start setting up a drawing sheet for you, and we need to modify certain things. This is crucial. You need to be able to do this step because you'll be printing these out and making a Inventor portfolio. So let's adjust this because right now the default sheet is not what we want. Where it says sheet 1 in the browser, you're going to right click that and then click on edit sheet. You want it to be size A and click OK. You want there's 2 options underneath that, so you might not see that. There's that little plus. Where it says ANSI large, that's this text box. We're going to right click that and delete it. Okay. We will be making our own text boxes eventually, but for now we want to click on, where is it? Title box. There it is. Okay, so what did I just do? Let me show you what I just did. So I clicked on the plus for drawing resources. I clicked on the plus for title blocks. It was defaulted to ANSI large. We want it to be ANSI A. So right click on that and insert, and you'll see the small text box pop in. Okay, that's where your information gets automatically updated. So once you've done that, click on base. Inventor will automatically select the last part that you were working on. And you'll see the drawing right here. You'll see the base right here. Since this is a circular object, we only need the front and then a section view. but since we're just learning this, I want to show you how to do it for pretty much every other part. Your scale, let's make that 1/2. So click on scale, make that 1/2. And then you can move this. This is going to be, let's say this is the front view. You can move that around. We want it to be in this area, so in the middle of the arrow. And if you move your mouse to the right, you're going to see another box pop up. You're going to click once, and then you're going to move to the top, and you're going to click once, and then you're going to move to the top right, and you're going to click once. And this should look very familiar to you. We have been making orthographic drawings for a long time now. And go ahead and click OK. And what you'll see is, you'll see your isometric, you'll see your front, your top, and your side. This first exercise is not a classic example of what it'll look like. I just want to make sure that you learn a bunch of skills in this first lesson. So once you have this set up like this, you're going to start adding all of the dimensions for this particular part. And that takes some work here. You're going to click on the Annotate tab, click on Dimension, and we're going to add some basic dimensions. We're not going to dimension this whole part the way it's actually supposed to be. Remember, I'm just making sure that you get some of the skills in this first lesson. So when you click on your views, you're going to see the dimensions pop on you. This is totally wrong. This should all be in millimeters or the SI units. So I'm going to actually tap escape a couple times, click on this dimension, and press delete on the keyboard. And let me go back to tools, document settings, and where it says annotations, this should be defaulted to standard ANSI MM, apply, close. Now when we go back to annotate, it's going to match up with our dimensions here. And again, it says radius. We don't want that. We want it to say, oops, escape. We want it to say diameter. So I'm going to click on the dimension tool again. I'm going to click on it. Before I click again, right click, dimension type, diameter. And now you'll see it says diameter. Okay? So, well, we also need to add center lines. And you're going to see that right here. So center mark. So we're going to click on this for a center mark and then each of these holes. And again, these are not correct. I just want to make sure you know how to do it. And in the next few video lessons, you're going to learn how to fix all of these dimensions and make it all look legitimate and like a serious technical drawing. But for now, let's wrap this one up. You're going to go to File, iProperties, where it says Summary. Click on Summary, change the title to EX-01. The author, that's going to be your name. So your name, company, put KHS, engineering, or just engineering. You can change the subject and click Apply and Close, and you're going to see the text box update. Okay. Once you have that complete, go to File, Export, PDF. This time you're using PDF. Save the PDF and upload that to the assignment so that I can print it so that you can put it in your portfolio. So that's the first lesson for a fully complete part. From making the 3D model to making the technical drawing, there is so much more that you'll be doing with this. This is just to get your feet wet and get started on the process of creating real technical drawings.